Welcome back. We've got Chef Anthony Fisher from Pittsburgh High School Culinary Arts in studio this morning, here to show us how to make fried chicken.
Yes. So we have our chicken breast from earlier, and what I have here is seasoned flour. My students just took flour and seasoned it up with their favorite spices, so that they kind of had an idea of where they were going.
Well, they know who they're working with here today, so
yes.
You don't know what's in there.
I'm not sure what's in there. Probably some chili powder, some smoked onion and garlic, some
Did they
white
test
pepper.
it on something themselves?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably on themselves.
One thing you did show me or tell me during the break was that this chicken came from class, and you've been practicing cutting chicken and butchering chicken.
When I teach chicken butchery and teach them how to break down chickens, we save it all so that we can use it throughout the semester. And this was some that I had left over, so I figured what better way to use it.
Okay. Yeah.
So we have our seasoned flour. We're going to lay our chicken in here first, and then in here I have a couple of eggs and water, so that I can kind of just get a wash going.
Okay.
And what it is it's just going to get everything wet so that it'll hold another round of flour.
Okay. So we're going to double bread it.
Yes. Get it nice and wet. Bring it right back over here to our flour and coat it. Make sure we have a nice good
What
coating on there.
did you mix with the eggs? No.
I put a little water in there.
Water, not milk, but water.
But I prefer to use water because I try to stay budget conscious, and milk is getting expensive.
Yes.
Even eggs are, plus, so
Right.
2 eggs is more than enough. An egg could be enough if you mixed it with some water. You would just have to have a smaller pan. So you can make it work with just about anything. And I've been seeing a lot of these, you can use agar powder and tapioca starch to replace an egg. In a baking recipe you can, but for breakfast you can't.
Right.
So it just all depends on where you want to go with it. Now here I have some hot oil.
Good news, though, is the price of chickens has already started to go down, and hopefully eggs will follow suit shortly.
Yes. And remember, if you're having trouble finding eggs, Simon Market has eggs all the time. He raises his own chickens for eggs, so you can go in there anytime you want and pick up fresh eggs.
Nice.
And that's usually who I go to for all of my eggs, because they're a consistent quality and I never have to question anything. So I don't worry about
So he raises those himself.
He raises them himself.
Nice.
So, and I've laid our chicken in here. Notice I laid it away from
You
me.
have quite a bit of oil in this pan.
Actually, there's not that much in there. It's only about a 1/4 inch. As the oil heats up, it expands a little bit, of course, so it looks like there's a little more than what there is. But I keep it down to the lower third of the pan, so that there's plenty of wall on there. I can put a lid on it if I needed to.
Okay. What
And
temperature? I know you were measuring the temperature earlier. Is there like a certain mark you're trying to hit?
I want to keep it under 350 degrees.
Okay.
So somewhere around 300, 350 degrees is a really good area for you to have your temperature in.
And if you were just kind of measuring off of your stove, would that be like low, medium, or?
You would play between medium and medium low, sometimes maybe medium high, just depending upon how hot you wanted it to get. And I've been playing and doctoring with the temperatures just a little bit to make sure I get where I want to be.
Every stove is different, so once you know yours, then you can kind of guesstimate a little bit.
And look at how beautiful that's turning. It's got that beautiful golden brown.
Okay, this is pretty thin cut that we got it down to a 1/4 inch. I think when you were pounding it out with that exact same pan. So how long do you typically cook that?
Just a few minutes. Have your digital thermometer ready. You can pick up an instant read digital thermometer from our friends over at Allied Restaurant Supply. These are about $10, and they're very, very accurate. They're easy to calibrate with just some ice water, so you don't have to worry about them. You can check them all the time, and these are very reliable.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and turn our heat all the way off, because the residual heat will finish cooking our chicken for us.
Right.
And look at how beautiful. It's just sitting there dancing and bopping in the pan.
All right, so when we come back from the break, we're going to
Let you try
pull it out and try it and see how your students did on those seasonings.
Oh yes, I'm actually interested. Can't wait.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and get a break and come back here in a few minutes.